Hello world, my name is Silver Draconis and welcome to the bonus episodes of Secrets of Grindea. There's not going to be anything story related, I am just trying out the different fighting styles that I normally wouldn't do, simply to show you guys and to try it out for myself, to have a little fun. So you'll see in the top I have different abilities. In this one I'm going to be doing the two-handed fighting style and the bow fighting style, if I get enough time to do that one. But I've re-spec'd all of my points that I could, which I found out that by re-spec'ing it through the game... Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Help. What button did I push? There we go. But I found out that by re-spec'ing through the menu, it costs a lot of money. But I have a lot of money anyway. Like, I still have 112,806. 826. 800-206? That's a word. Why is it showing that? I don't know what I did. Help. Oh, I see. Okay then. I pushed caps lock, which is my pickaxe, so then it re-switched my weapon I had equipped, which was Angel's Thirst, simply because I really like the blade, so that's what I'm going to be using. So, first let's go over the skills I have. I have my V button, which is a whirl slash. Quickly spin your blade around yourself, damaging nearby enemies. And then my C move, which is jump a short distance and slam your weapon into the ground, dealing damage to all enemies to hit. I have put those two on C and V because I figured those ones are the ones I'm going to be using the most. Then, for space and E, because, you know, why not, is Titan's Throw. Toss your weapon at your foes and hold the button to retrieve it. So I'm literally throwing my sword at them. Then S move is summon a smash ball and send it flying at your foes, or just smack the enemies away directly. And then my A is Berserker Style, which is a passive effect. Enter a battle style that favors offensive play. You'll probably want to check more info on this one. And I still have my freeze move, and I still have my defense move. Simply because I wanted to keep those ones, and I couldn't think of any utilities that I really want to try, because I've tried Reaper's Blade. I don't really want Taunt, because it doesn't seem, like, useful. They come to me anyway. I think it'd be more useful if you had 2 people or 3 people playing, then you could be the tank and taunt everyone near you. But for a single player, they come all to me anyway, so I don't need Taunt. Barrier, Focus, Bling. Yeah, I don't really want any of these. So I'm just going to keep those ones the same. Also, when it came to respecing talents, instead of going for the typical high defense, lots of attack, slow moving two-handed, I figured I'd make this two-handed the way I'd want it to be played as a viable playstyle for me. I made the fastest dang two-handed fighter that I possibly could. I made sure I had all the right, like, equipment and everything, which, honestly, a lot of my equipment is already geared for fast attacking. So I'm going to be the fastest two-handed user that you will ever see! Ha 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 ha! Because who knows, maybe I'll stick with this style if I really like it. I have a feeling I'm going to be missing my dash move, though. That's something that will probably cause me to switch back to one-handed. It's just missing my dash. But, let's get in it. I'm going to be going into the Pillar Mountains, because I've never used any of these. I've come with no preparation or anything. You are seeing me use these for the first time. It's going to be interesting. I might have to pause and switch buttons around as I deem fit, but for now, let's try. Oh, that's cool. Hoo-yah! That uses a lot of EP though, holy crap. Let's try my C move. Whip it! I bet that would look cooler with a hammer, but it's still really cool. So that is definitely a close-ranged one, and it doesn't seem to have much of an area of effect. Let's try getting a bunch of slimes together and trying it. Come here, slimy dudes. Come here, though. Come here. God, you're so slow. Come on, come at me. Come at me, slimy bitches. Okay, so I can hit multiple enemies. Ah, my glove got you. Wow, my glove did that much damage. Alright, so let's just kill that guy. It is still a lot slower, though. Like, even with all that attack speed up, I'm still slow. But it's fine. These It's not meant to be super fast. I just wanted to make it the transition a bit more comfortable for me, because I'm used to just freaking laying into enemies. So I'm gonna go down here, because enemies spawn a bit better down here. And let's try this S move. Oh, I aim. Oh, when I'm near an enemy. Oh, that's cool. What? Hey, what? What the? Oh, I made a ball. Hey, boopy. What do I do? I don't understand how to use this one. Oh! Figured it out. Bing! Hoo-yah! Okay, so these remain just static in the field, and they last for 3 turns. But I want to try just hitting an enemy. I wasn't trying to actually hit a ball. I was trying to... So I can just whap enemies away as well. Okay. So I can go for the longer distance thing by hitting a ball. Or... Oh, I don't want to deal with bees right now. Go away. Ha! My shield killed you, and my glove killed you. Beautiful. Okay. That was the wrong button. Oh, that's cool though. Still annoying that with all this power, I'm still at the mercy of bees. Yeah. 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 Okay, so that's a bit interesting. I can't imagine me consistently using it like I would for the smash and the whirlwind attack. Oh, I freezed him. But it's kind of cool. So let's try... What one haven't I done yet? No, let me take care of this bee. Come on. I'm trying to practice. Aha. What was the one I had you? E. Or space. Okay. Let me try. Then. What's going on? I thought I was supposed to go for... Aren't I throwing my weapon? What's happening? Oh, wait. Oh! I move it. So this is definitely a long-range one, or I can just make it with you. And then I pick up my weapon when I run into it again. Okay, so I can just use it right next to the thing and pick it up automatically. So that's kind of cool, actually. It does more damage the farther away you throw it from. Like, if I just use it here, it only does like 300 and something, but if I threw it from far away, give me another Rabby. Let's say here. I missed. Oops. My swirl killed him. And I know this isn't really showing off how strong the attacks are, because I could kill these with like 1 hit normally, but I'm practicing. Okay, so let me try that again. So then it does like 13 damage, and then it also does damage when I pick it up. So that's actually kind of cool. I can't imagine using it in close combat, super intense grinding, but like, just... It's a good long-range attack. The only bad part is I can't attack anything until I pick my sword up again. Because if I do this, and then I go over here, I'm screwed! I have to go and pick up my sword. So yeah, I can imagine using that more for like a boss, I guess, instead of... Be gone. It does feel more powerful though. I definitely, my hits have a bit more wump to them. Again, I'm slow. Okay, so then the last one I have is A, which isn't really an attack, more of a battle style. My EP constantly drains. But my attack goes up, my damage goes up, all sorts of cool snooze. And the more enemies I kill while in this stage, the, I get energy back from enemies as I murder them. Classic berserker state, I guess. This one would not be good for a boss, but it would be good for just an intense grinding session where I'm just spamming my attacks. Although not good for these bees! I don't know how long the... Do I have to cancel the... I think I have to cancel the Berserker state. Let me try. Okay, yeah, I have to cancel the Berserker state. Otherwise, I just constantly don't have energy if I stop killing enemies. Well, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to shield. Fingers were slightly rough. Rough? Off. Alright, so let's go to a bit more intensive area and just give this a little bit of a go then. Now that I've got a general gist, I'm gonna go back to timing because I still have yet to receive that monkey card. Well, Smash Balls are very handy. I didn't get to read that. Alright, fine. So let's go see if we can't get us some monkeys. So now I can just get up here. Oh my god, that is slow. Ooh, alright then. Kinda miss. Yeah, I miss being one-headed, but I can see how, like, a lot of people would favor this style, because it does have a wump to it, that's for sure. I like the whirl attack, it reminds me of Link. Hwaya! 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 Alright, let me try entering Berserker mode. Yeah! Take my wumpage. That's the only bad part is if I'm in Berserker mode, I'm probably not going to be able to use any of my skills. Because keeping that energy is difficult. Okay. I could see getting used to this style, but it feels really slow, to be honest, but that is just the style it is. Honestly, I was hoping to like it better than I thought I would, because the sword is really cool, mainly. But, yeah, it's pretty much how I would think a two-handed attack would feel. Powerful and strong, and it's got a good wump, but in the end it's really slow, and I can't attack as fast as I'd like. Like, this is me spamming the attack button. I'm just like, Can't get those sweet combos! No combos! But it is really cool. Ow, quit it. Also, I realized I've forgotten to talk about something that I wanted to talk about. So, I think I've shown off the two-handed skill pretty well. I didn't go in depth about it, but it's just like, these are all the abilities, the combos, and there are other things. Like, I just wanted to make it faster, to make it easier for me to show off, because I knew this wouldn't be particularly easy for me to do. And I know with the wizard, when I go to do the magic ones, I'm gonna have to do some stuff so I don't die as well, like giving myself a lot more defense than I normally would. But, what was I saying? Yeah, there's a lot more skills and in the talents area that you could give it to make it suit more your style, I guess. I tried to make it faster for me, but you can make it heavy and do a lot of damage and a lot of critical hits and like burning weapon and stuff. And then there's like Bloodthirst that would work really well with Berserker, I believe, because Berserker also relies on you killing enemies, so Bloodthirst plus Berserker would probably be really good, along with like more of this, you know, just general stuff like that that could make it work better in your favor. So all in all, pretty cool. Not my style, but pretty cool. So now I'm gonna respec all my points again and put, well, not all my points, but I'm gonna respec, well, no, I'll respec all my points, because I figured with the bow, since the bow is still technically a secondary weapon, I will put a lot of my talent points into archery and stuff, but I'll still have the second melee weapon as a, well, sword. Frankly, I also did respec all my magic, so I don't have fireball anymore. So that gave me a few extra points to work with. Archery, I might also give myself blink, just to be able to move out of the way. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna awkwardly segue into something that I forgot to talk about the first time. Which is bosses, and what I thought of them. I meant to talk about that last episode, but I completely forgot because I ramble like a maniac and don't say half the things I want to. Yay! But yeah. For the various bosses, like, I'm gonna go through, like, which one I thought, you know, was the hardest, which one I thought was the easiest. Yes, yes. And various things like that. So the one I thought was the easiest, I imagine a lot of people would say the slime, simply because it's the first boss you fight, and once you realize its attack patterns, it's pretty easy. And even in this one, I beat it on the first try. But I remember the first time I fought that slime, because the first time I fought the slime was not in this playthrough, it was in a different one. And I died so many times to that freaking slime because, again, I rely on being fast, and that slime on the ground that he leaves killed me. And I actually, like, this was the first game that actually made me really need to block that first slime boss. Because usually with games I hardly ever block ever. Let's be honest, I'm gonna be honest here. And this game actually made me have to slow down and cautiously use my skills and dodge around the slime, but I had to be fast enough so he didn't leave slime all over the entire field. It was a very difficult it was a very difficult first fight. And I died a lot. Like, more than I would care to admit a lot. No, the easiest boss that I remember, well, not that I remember, but the easiest boss that I think I encountered overall was actually Phase Man. Now that sounds strange because he's like basically freaking bullet hell, but he was actually easier for me to deal with than the slime. The first time I fought him I did die a couple of times, but not near as many as the slime, or even Gundam, or any, you know, not any of the ones, because there was a lot of bosses that I beat first time. I know I beat the Hydra first time, which was freaking insane to me. But the Phase Man has a very particular pattern. He has the same pattern that you fight when he fights every time. And once you learn this pattern, you can get behind him. Like when he goes off to the side there, you can get behind and do a heck of a lot of damage because he doesn't move. He doesn't move. You can do a whole lot of damage, and then all it is dodging. Which, yeah, I'm not horrible at. I'm not the best at dodging, but I'm not horrible at it. So honestly, it's not the worst. Like, Phase Man was, well, not super easy. He was the easiest that I found because it was all about moving fast, getting to where you needed to go, and beating the crap out of him. And then when you were done beating him and he moved, you dodged. That was pretty much it. And the dash move helped tremendously with that. Now it comes to what do I refund? I might refund some of these. Because I don't need to be super fast for this. No, don't upgrade. I want to refund one of those points. Because I want to get all the, archery stuff that I can. So that was the boss I found the easiest. And I'm including bosses that can drop stuff and bosses that can't drop stuff, and like basically anything that like had the fight screen. Although I'm not counting the bandits because they were stupidly easy, honestly. I'm not counting the bandits because they didn't have their own specials. Well, I guess they did the second time you fought them, but I'm not counting them because if you count them, they were the easiest. But I'm not counting them. Let's refund these. I'm trying to get as many points as I can, so I'm taking stuff. I don't have anything in magic at the moment, which will change when I go to do the magic stuff. But for now, I don't have anything in there. let's put some stuff in archery. But now we go to the hardest boss that I found, and that was the Priestess. Now, you think she'd be a lot like Phase Man, because she can be a bit bullet hell, but honestly, she did not have a particular pattern. While she had same attacks, her pattern each time changed of what order she used the attacks in. So that already was insane and made it difficult. But also the fact that her bullet hell it wasn't the same as Phase Man. It wasn't like in the classic bullet hell style. It was all kind of random and all over the place. And then she'd draw you into that spear and stuff, and it was very difficult. Like, some of them were easier. The one that circled around you and you had to move out of the way in the opening, that one wasn't too bad. The one with the line in the middle, I had so much trouble with that one. And then there was the ones where she was like swinging the ropes and it had a gap. I just didn't even bother trying to get down to the lower ones of that. I just stayed up and hit her. There was no safe spot on the board. Like with Phase Man and with a lot of ones, you could find a semi-safe spot. Like I remember with Gundam, there was that spot by his fingers that you could hang out by, and it was relatively easy towards that final area. Not with her. There was not a single safe spot on the board. And even if you managed to find one for a few seconds, she would do that attack and draw you in. I died so many times to her. It was ridiculous. Honestly, I had massive amounts of trouble with her. But it was good. It didn't feel unfair. Even though in the video you could hear me screaming how it was bullshit, that was mainly because I was frustrated and not able to do it. It wasn't actually bullshit. It was a fair fight. It was just exceedingly challenging. And I'm certain some people would find that one easier than others. But it was not so bad. I know a lot of people are probably like, well, not a lot of people, but I know some people would probably be like, what, Zamalamir? What about Zamalamir? Zamalamir was actually easier than the priest, mainly because I didn't have to fight him. Zamalamir was all about dodging, which I am pretty capable of doing. I'm not the best at it, but I'm actually pretty capable of doing. If I had to fight him, it would have been a different story, but as it stands, all I had to do was dodge him, which actually made him pretty easy. I finished that fight with a third of my health. And I finally beat the priestess lady with 4 HP. So, yeah. Was it 4 or 11? I know there's another boss I finished on either 11 or 4, but yeah. In terms of difficulty, I didn't die once to Zamalamir. And I finished with a third of my health. If I had to fight him, it would have been a very different story, but I didn't. All I had to do was survive. So that's why his fight was actually easier. Because it wasn't a fight, frankly. I don't know what other ones to get. I have 3 more points, and I maxed out the 2 specifically archery ones. And I might up Lady Luck. Because if I can dodge attacks, that'll be good. I don't know what's good for a bowman. I don't know. I think that's pretty good, right? And then I just have my basic attack up, HP up, EP regen, that sort of deal. Critical. I did get rid of that one so I could do the attacks per second one for my two-handed, but that's all. So this is just showing off a more bow-centric style of fighting. I still do have my one-handed weapons and everything, but my train of thought has entirely left me because I'm trying to rebind keys at the same time as talk, and it's not really working. Oh, but I don't have to buy any other skills. It's just using the bow and having a secondary weapon. I did get more defensive types of moves. So, like, I'm going to put this one on space. And then that one's still V. This one is going to be F is for freeze, D is for defense. And then we'll put that one on... Oh, I don't know where to put you. I have too many keys now. G for go faster. Yep. Or, no, it can stay on E, because it's just a buff. Okay, so this one increases my speed, this one increases my defense, this one will allow me to blink out of the way of things. I have my bow, which it says it only has one arrow, but that's a lie. And that should be good and golden and grand. So let's give this a shot. I'm actually going to go back to... This is another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to practice in the Pillar Mountains, because the enemies there are easier. And then, once I feel sort of confident, I will move on to a different area. I might move to Pumpkin Woods with this one, because I've never been good with a bow style of fighting. As evidence in when you guys see me try to do that minigame, I kind of suck. Although, the fact that I'm getting an arrow every time is really good. That thing that you can get is really helpful. Let me do this. I should have also gotten the hasten for the two-handed attack, but I didn't think of it at the time. I pushed the wrong button. I know it's one-handed. What do you mean? Oh, I still have my two... Don't mind me, I just have the wrong weapon equipped. I'm still sad that this sword can't be used for one-handed stuff. Because I definitely do prefer the one-handed style. I like being able to dash around the battlefield and stuff, and having my Shadow Slash is really nice. Because the Shadow Slash was really useful for when I needed to hit an enemy, but I didn't have enough time to get close enough to actually hit them, so I just do a drive-by like this. So I Shadow Slash and I keep running as I'm dodging things, and it was actually really helpful. Especially with a lot of the boss battles, I go up to them and Shadow Slash as I continue to dodge their multitude of projectiles. Oh crap, I suck. Okay, so this isn't bad. I can still use my A, which is good. Well, it's not... Pillar Mountains isn't exactly a good judge, I guess. So let's go instead to Pumpkin Woods, where there's a bit more aggressive enemies. Because here, slimes are really slow and the rabbits don't even try to fight you. So let's try doing that. Give myself a little more danger. Flowers, I imagine, are still the same way, but I would have to do B. No. Which one's my blink? I can't remember. Spacebar. Ugh. I blinked too quick. Okay, so that would be something to practice on. Blinking away and then getting close. Ow. Okay. Ah, fuck. You definitely don't want to let things get too close to you, otherwise you're a bit fubbernut. Oh, I dodged it! Oh, I'm out of arrows! This is where the secondary weapon would come into play. Because if you're maining a bow, you still do need that secondary weapon for when you run out of arrows. You could also have magic as be your secondary thing, but that would just take up a lot more talent points. Whereas having a sword, either two-handed or one-handed, isn't going to take up any of your actual talent points, which you can spend on other things. Because you have to have... Well, you don't have... You have to have a weapon equipped. You don't have to use it, but you have to have a weapon equipped, so you might as well put the skills you can gain into that stuff instead of having a weapon, never using it, plus also having magic as a backup and then having a bow. That's just a lot of spread. But there are probably people that can figure out how to do that way better than I can. To me, it just seems a bit overcomplicated. So let's go to the area that's really good for grinding in this area, and we will give it a little bit of a go. I just gotta remember my buttons, honestly, because Blink is going to be vastly useful. Because I'm trying to mainly use bow. Because I could just do my dash move to get out of the way and stuff, but I don't want to do that, because it seems not like what I'm trying to show off. Okay, charging definitely does seem worth it for the bow, so again, you'll want to get away from enemies in order to be able to do things. Watch out! So we'll try this, and then we'll blink, and then we'll bow. Okay, so that works really well. I can imagine you could do the same sort of thing with the worms. So the worms have a bit more of an unpredictable pattern. The worms don't just come for you and then pop up out of the ground like the hollow weeds do. Oh, I'm out of arrows. I'm out of arrows! Oops. I used a skill, I'm sorry. I meant the shield. Okay. So, ammunition is definitely still a bit of a problem. But with the Lady Luck thing, or not the Lady Luck, the skill to get more arrows from enemies makes it a bit easier. But I still, again, only have 3 arrows. So I can imagine maining as a bow would be really hard, but having it as like a primary, secondary weapon would be easier. Like, not full on in, like, not like I usually do, just have it as there and not really use it, but actually having it as far away shooting than getting close with your sword, sort of deal. Like you're meant to do, but I don't because I'm bad at using a bow. So let me just swipe some things with my sword and get a bunch more ammo, and we will try this in timing. What kind of fighting styles do you guys prefer? Because I know I'm not showing these off very well. I did just kind of want to show off the skills and stuff, but I'm not very good at using them. So what kind of styles do you guys prefer? Put down in the comments. Do you prefer the heavy two-handed? Do you prefer bows? Do you prefer magic? What sort of things do you prefer? Oops, I used my sword. Well, I am just trying to get ammo right now, so I'm not gonna worry about using my bow. I'm trying to just get ammo so I can go to timing. I love my glove though. Ain't nothing making me remove my glove. It's awesome. Once I get a full 15 arrows, I will be on my way. Alright. Good. Map. So let's give this a little bit of go with some of the harder enemies, because these guys I'm still killing pretty easily, even with my inability to do anything properly. So let's give this a little bit of a try. Okay, so let's... Oops, I missed. Okay, this guy will be a bit... So you definitely... Ugh. That does not do a lot of damage. Okay. This is definitely very much so difficult. Oops. I'm already almost out of arrows and I haven't killed anything. That dodge thing is really handy. Well, I'm out of arrows and nothing is dead. Crap. Okay, everybody die. Man, that Lady Luck thing is cool. I might actually keep that for my main battling things. Okay, but, yeah. I would not recommend this as a full-time weapon. Ammo is still a problem, even with the... Because I was hitting most of those shots, but even still, ammo was still a problem. Even with the maxed out ammo scavenger thing. Still a problem, so it still is a secondary weapon, but I can imagine having it be a bit more of a primary second. Does that make any sort of sense? Primary second? Seems like it does. I don't know. But just, like, doing a lot of attacks from afar, then going in and getting in close. Especially with bosses, I can imagine using the arrows a lot. But then once you're out of ammo with the bosses, you're kind of fucked unless they use minions, and then you can get drops from them. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend using the bow as a main weapon. Simply because ammo. I can fully acknowledge that I'm not as good a shot as others, and I can't use it as efficiently going around the battlefield, so like that's on me, but the ammo is still definitely a problem. I don't think there's anything else I really wanted to talk about. But yeah. The bow is definitely better. Like, while it's still not viable as a primary weapon, I don't think, it's definitely a lot better than what it used to be, with being able to upgrade it and having the skills and stuff. You can still, it's a lot more viable as a genuine secondary weapon rather than just kind of sitting there and be like, oh no, I'm completely out of AP, I guess I could use my bow. No, I can actually see people using it interchangeably with sword and then backing away using bow. Like I can imagine me like dashing away, using the bow, then getting in close, swipe, 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 dash away or blink away. I'd probably dash away because, again, I like it. But yeah, I can definitely see this being a more primary, secondary weapon, than it used to be, but still not really that grand. But anyway, that's probably gonna do it for this episode then. It's a bit shorter, I believe. Let me see. Nope, it's longer. Cool. I meant for this to be a shorter one, but with re-speccing all the points and stuff and rambling on a bit, it went longer. But hey, what are you gonna do? But I hope you guys enjoyed this little bonus showcase of various other skills, albeit poorly and not very well, but you got to see what they look like anyway. And if you have anything you want to share about how you fight in this game or how you like to fight in games in general, let me know. If there are any combinations specifically you'd like to see, let me know, because while it does cost money to respec specific points, I still have a lot of money. But in the next episode, I will be showing off various magic builds, which I feel like I'm not going to be very good at either, because again, they're distance, but you don't have to worry about ammo with those ones, so it'll be interesting. I think for the magic, I'm going to be doing I'm going to show off a fully upgraded version of each of the elements, and then I'll just do kind of a all or nothing, like an all type. I don't know what skills I'll do for the all type ones, but it'll be interesting. Also, I think this one can help me do things with stuff, but I don't know. There are definitely things I want to try out with magic that might help me solve some puzzles that I've been puzzling over for some time. But yes, that will be the next episode. If there are any specific weapon combinations you guys want to see, any specific skill combinations or battling types, I can try my best to do them, although I do not guarantee I'll be any good at them. Because I'm good at one thing and one thing only, and that's attacking really fast and then running away and not getting hit in the face. And even that, I'm not very good at. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. If you got any tips or tricks or anything you want to see me do, comments down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!